This is Diana and welcome to Craft It Sweetly. Thanks so much for joining. In this video I want to show you a design I created using Yupo paper and alcohol inks. I'm using a medium Yupo paper. It's a 74 pound Yupo paper, and this one is a 9 by 12 inches, but you can cut it down. And then I'll use my hair dryer to move the ink around. So using the blending solution, I'm gonna put some on the stamping pad, and I kind of prime the Yupo paper initially just so that it's not dry, and then I'll add the alcohol ink to the paper. And you can use whatever colors you choose. I'm using some blues and greens, and then I'll have some white and black in there as well. Keep stamping and adding blending solution, adding more ink until you achieve the desired look to it. And once you add the blending solution, you can use your hair dryer to move the ink around if you choose to. What I love about alcohol ink is that no piece will be identical. You cannot recreate this and have the exact same design to it. I do have links below in the description with the various supplies that I'm using for this project. If you're not happy with the design, just keep doing, add more ink. You can add blending solution, move it around until you get the look you like. Remember to work in a well-ventilated area with the alcohol inks, just so you don't keep inhaling it. You can certainly wear a mask if you'd like, but well-ventilated area is what I generally do. For the accent piece, I'm going to use yellows and oranges, and then I will add some gold accents to it. So this piece, I'll do the same technique, adding blending solution and alcohol ink, but I'm keeping to these colors because I'm going to make flowers out of this sheet of Yupo paper. Now that I'm happy with the design, I will add some metallic paint to it, and I'm using this marker which has a chiseled tip to it so that I can do fine lines or thick lines if I choose to. But it's an oil-based opaque metallic paint marker. And I just go over the areas where the color changes, almost like outlines. And you can see how pretty that is where the gold marker is. Now I will use a punch cutter to cut out flowers out of the yellow and orange sheet. And I'll cut as many as I can out of this one sheet. I'll try and find the link for this particular one, but you can really use any color you would like. From the extra pieces, I will cut out some strips because I want to curl them and just add them as accents near the flowers once I'm done with them. To give these strips a little bit of dimensions, I will use scissors to scrape them, just like you may do ribbons. To give them a little bit of a curl, just scrape it to the back, and then the Yupo paper will curl up. I do the same thing with the flowers. I just want, again, the flowers, I don't like them to be completely flat. I want to give them a little bit of dimension. and a little bit of life. So I curl the petals a little bit, some going towards the bottom, some going up, but I'll do the same thing with all the petals that I've done. And now I'll go back to this piece and use the wood burning tool to cut out some holes. I did make another video that explains this process in a little more detail, so I won't go into that detail with this one. I have a reference to it right above. So continue using the wood burning tool to create additional holes and shapes cut out of the Yupo paper. This will add some interest to your design. You can also add holes to the flower itself, either to the petals or to the center portion of the flower. You can be as creative as you would like in terms of how many holes you put on the petals or how you design the petals themselves. So I do some just in the center, some on the petal itself. If you don't have a punch cutter, you can certainly use your die cutting machine, and for this I'm using Elizabeth Craft Designs Garden Notes. It's a cornflower, so I'm just cutting out with the die and using my diamond press some additional flowers out of purple. Now this sheet of alcohol ink I did previously, but I thought it just needed some purple accents in the design. Once you've cut out all your flowers, then we can turn to designing the piece. I decided I want to take the sharp edge off the corners, so I'll just use scissors to cut off the corner and just give it a little softer look to it. Now this I glue down with art glitter glue to a white mat so that you can see the holes even better. And just make sure you press well and it's attached before you start adding the flowers. Now for the flowers, I do like to give them a little more dimension, so I'm using little foam squares in between the layering of the flowers, so I don't have just a single flower that I set down. I like to layer them, so I'll put a little foam square in the middle and then add another petal on top. That way it's multiple layers of flowers. Repeat the process with the rest of them and add foam backing to all the flowers so that you can attach it to the Yupo paper background. And you can arrange them as you wish. Sometimes I'll do a dry run and set them down before I put the foam squares on the back, just to make sure that I like the positioning before you commit to it. Now if you remember the little curly cues that I made with the strips, these I'll just add as accents by the flowers. I hope you enjoyed this video. You can create some really cool pieces using Yupo paper and alcohol ink. If you have any comments, please comment below. Don't forget to subscribe and share this video for more fun projects. Thanks so much for watching, and we'll see you next time.